Hey everyone, and welcome to this CBSE Grade 7 Arts Explainer for the 3-mark question series. Okay, let's just dive right into this. Today we're talking about the folk music of India. Have you ever actually stopped to listen to people singing during a massive, colorful festival? Or maybe at a local wedding or a harvest celebration? Well, those songs are so much more than just background noise or simple entertainment. They carry these incredible stories, emotions, and traditions that have been passed down for literally generations. By the end of this explainer, you're going to know exactly what folk music is, how it sprouts right out of daily life, why it sounds so totally different depending on where you are in India, and how it acts like a time capsule for cultural heritage. So just close your eyes for a second. Imagine a village waking up. Farmers are grabbing their tools and heading to the fields, families are buzzing around getting ready for a festival, and suddenly this really familiar, joyful song just fills the air. That right there, that's the heartbeat of India. And today, we're going to figure out exactly what makes it beat.
Okay, quick look at our roadmap for today. We're going to cover music in everyday life, defining folk music, regional rhythms of India, preserving cultural heritage, and then we'll wrap it all up with a 3-mark quick recap. Let's get to it.
Section 1. Music in Everyday Life. So picture the sounds of a really vibrant community gathering. Notice what's missing there. There are no massive concert speakers, no high-tech recording studios. The music is just happening, right smack in the middle of daily chores. People are just casually singing while they work, while they cook, or while they're hanging out, sharing a special moment. Which really begs the question, right? What exactly makes a song a folk song? Try think about the difference between that everyday, casual community singing and a super polished studio-recorded track. What actually sets them apart?
That brings us to Section 2, Defining Folk Music.
It's actually a brilliant contrast. On one side, you have formal music. That's the stuff learned through intense, years-long training, written down in complex music books, and performed on these grand, intimidating stages. But on the flip side, we have folk music, and it is learned completely differently. You don't read it, you learn it just by listening and joining in. It's woven completely into daily life, sung by ordinary people, completely naturally, without anyone ever needing to open a textbook. So here is your official curriculum-aligned definition. Definitely keep this in mind. Folk music is music created and sung by ordinary people, passed from one generation to another, which reflects daily experiences, traditions, and local culture. It's not really about having perfect notes and rhythms. It is the raw, true, unfiltered voice of a community.
You see, these songs are born directly out of the world surrounding the singers. We're talking about songs of work, of the changing seasons, and of local celebrations. Imagine a farmer singing this catchy, rhythmic tune about the monsoon arriving while working the earth, or maybe a fisherman singing about the powerful currents of the river. Through this music, totally normal, everyday experiences become these unforgettable stories that actually define who a community is.
All right, Section 3, Regional Rhythms of India.
Now, India is absolutely massive, right? So naturally, the geography physically shapes the sound of the music. Depending on whether you're up in the mountains, near a river, out in the desert, or chilling by the coast, you're going to hear entirely unique sounds and traditions. And it's not just the landscape, it's the local culture too. Every region throws its own flavor into India's musical mix, using local languages, totally distinct rhythms, and traditional instruments crafted right from the local environment. We're not talking about complex electronic synthesizers here. We're talking about handcrafted flutes, traditional drums, simple string instruments. And all together, they create this incredible, colorful musical richness.
Moving right along to Section 4, Preserving Cultural Heritage.
So let's pivot for a second. We know what it sounds like, but why does it matter so much? Well, these songs actually serve as historical records. Think about it. Long before we all had smartphones in our pockets and way before printed textbooks were sitting in every classroom, how did people remember their history? Songs were literally the main way to keep cultural knowledge, important stories, and deep traditions alive so the next generation wouldn't forget them. Folk music is basically the glue keeping cultural heritage alive. There's a great quote that says, "A folk song could teach lessons about courage, kindness, community cooperation, or respect for nature." They aren't just catchy little tunes you hum in the shower. They're carefully designed packages of wisdom. Real, valuable life lessons are intentionally hidden right inside these simple melodies, just waiting to be unpacked by whoever learns them.
And honestly, the best part? They are literally designed to bring people together. Because the melodies are so easy to pick up, literally anyone can join in. It doesn't matter how old you are or if you've never had a day of musical training in your life. You can sing, you can clap, you can get up and dance. That shared participation is the secret ingredient that strengthens community bonds at weddings and festivals. It's a great reminder that music is meant to be shared.
So let me throw a challenge your way. Take a second to think about your own local culture. What story is your community's music telling? Like, what kind of songs do people sing during weddings or harvest festivals in your own neighborhood? The next time you hear one, I really want you to listen closely and ask yourself what that song reveals about the people who wrote it.
All right, Section 5, the 3-mark quick recap.
Okay, so here is the exact step-by-step structure you'll need to confidently lock down that 3-mark question. Point 1. Folk music is created and passed down by ordinary people through generations. Point 2. It reflects everyday life, local culture, festivals, work, and traditions. And point 3. It helps preserve cultural heritage and brings communities together. You memorize those 3 points, and you have absolutely mastered this topic.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer in the CBSB Grade 7 Arts 3-mark question series. I want to leave you with this one final thought. Every folk song is a living record of everyday life, local culture, and the shared experiences of a community. It's through this music that the voices of the past get to keep singing across time. So the next time you catch yourself humming an old tune, ask yourself, if you had to write a folk song about your life today, what story would it tell the future? Keep listening, keep exploring, and I'll see you next time.